From the Raw Boxing TV studios, your host, Ranger. Information may cause headaches to hates or bias casual fan. The host that gives you facts with very little feelings. From the city of the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali, the man who floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee, Louisville, Kentucky. It's showtime.
Pinche Bill Haney. Why you always lying? Why you always lying, Bill Haney? Let's get this intro, man.
From the Raw Boxing TV studios, your host, Ranger. Information may cause headaches to hates or bias casual fan. The host that gives you facts with very little feelings. From the city of the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali, the man who floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee, Louisville, Kentucky. It's showtime.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Raw Boxing TV. I want to thank those of you that are here, and tonight we're going to continue this whole drama, this whole soap opera, this whole back and forward, this whole truckload of lies that has been implemented by none other than this individual right here. The one that claims that nobody wants Stay Smoke. The one that claims that nobody wants to fight his son. The one that comes out here acting like he's looking for a fight when in reality he's already got a fight signed behind the curtains, but he ain't gonna say it, right? He's still gonna call out champs, knowing that they can't fight him. So when the fights does not come to fruition, that only makes his son look good. Pinche Bill, why you always lying? You petition easy fighters, man. Now that's no hate. We shouldn't be out here considering the truth hate. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Now, I was very hopeful tonight. I had actually rescheduled my live stream for tomorrow morning because I really thought that Aki was going to go to punch, and had Aki gone to punch, would have been the end of him. But I think, you see, the thing about sewer rats is this. Sewer rats got perceptions to the max, homie. A sewer rat can smell trouble from a mile away. When you look at a rat will learn the traces of traps, and he will send the weaker link at first. If the weaker link falls in the trap, he ain't gonna go. See, Aki smelled tonight that I was the trap. Aki smelled tonight that somehow, maybe, somehow I was gonna grab a piece of that pie. And he stayed and watched from the dark, and he sent the weaker link ahead of him. Ahead of him. Let me send this famous weaker link ahead of me. Let me see if Raw gets in the table. I thank Punch for not putting me on, though, because I was really hoping to see Aki there. Because Aki's been claiming that I duck him. But the thing is, how am I supposed to get to you when you have blocked me everywhere? Aquí is the slave to the Bill Haney. Aquí is the slave to the narrative. Well, R.I.P. narrative. How do you know I don't have no pants on, Hexy? Hexy wrote here, pants. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Let's get this show started. Let me send a quick shout out to the people out here. The Ring Sense 2. Let's see what the brother got to say. Shots out, man. Thank you for being here. I knew what the Haney were doing all along, but couldn't prove it. The surprise is that the truth came out via the LWC live chat. Facts. The truth came out in the way that they didn't expect it. Black and Brown Boxing in the building. Go check him out, people. Everybody go check the brother out. Giovanni, que hola hierro. What's up, brother? A-Rod. Everybody go check my brother A-Rod out, man. He just started doing his content. Hit the brother. He hit his subscribe button and give him a chance, man. Give him a chance. Tyco TV in the building. La familia, que vuelta, hierro. The sister-in-law in the building. Let's see who else we got here. Ronan Franklin, what's up, brother? What's up? What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back. Aki equals. Oh, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, eventually, whether we like it or not, right? Whether we like it or not, sometimes in ways that we do not expect it, the truth just comes back to bite us in the butt. We cannot avoid it. We can try to avoid it as much as we can. We can try to disguise it as much as we can. We can go like a little butterfly, like a little honeybee from flower to flower, YouTube channel to YouTube channel, trying to suck the nectar out of their viewers to make ourselves fatten with their sugar. But eventually, here comes the honey man with the smoke. And that very smoke you claim to be giving out, that very smoke you claim you're willing to put out and nobody's willing to take in, here comes the honey man with the smoke and puts you in your place and extract the honey out of you. Extracts the truth out of you. Makes you look ridiculous. Actually, what it does is it drops that wolf, that sheep's clothing that the wolf is wearing. And by the way, Aki, you's a fake Muslim. Aki, you are an infidel, Aki. You are an infidel, and no, you will not have an entrance to the kingdom for 7 virgins. You are an infidel, Aki. Let me know. Come to the chat. I'll drop the link. Because I know you already came and gave me my thumbs down, which thank you for at least taking 5 seconds of your day to come check me out. You're an infidel, Aki. You are a wolf in sheep's clothing. You are a fox, as described by Malcolm X. You're a wolf in sheep clothing. You're an infidel. You will not have entrance to the kingdom. That's a fact. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we witnessed something. Like I said, I'm Punch Drunk Boxing's channel. Everybody go check a brother out. I witnessed something. When you have heard people say that the love of money is the root of all evil, you should assume that the root of all evil, or parts of that evil, is liking the lies, willing to protect a lie in order to benefit from the lie, willing to protect somebody that's doing you harm because that somebody that's doing you harm is also financially supporting you. Tonight, I witnessed a very small portion of the love of money being the root of at least that evil. I don't understand. I do not understand. How is it that a bunch of channels out here are actually coming out fighting for your kid? Bill Haney. They are here fighting for your kid. They are here trying to put your kid in the place where he can earn things the right way, in a place where y'all ain't going to be pimped by the WBC, but somehow Bill Haney, father of this kid, whose every single YouTube channel is trying to fight to protect, Somehow you, Bill Haney, you're not willing to join the fight, brother. You're not willing to fight for your blood, your genetics. Oh, the thing is that the love of money is the root of all evil, and money will turn father versus son, son versus father. Money will make sure that a father keeps lying and protecting a liar and protecting somebody that's destroying their reputation in order for his son to continue to make money without greatness, to later on come to YouTube channels, talk about we great, nobody wants our smoke. I don't understand it, Bill Haney. I'm trying to be respectful as much as I can, but I'm having a hard time on this one, man. I'm having a hard time understanding, grasping at the idea that you cannot see the fact that we're fighting for your kid. Matter of fact, let me retract that. You know we're fighting for your kid, and you can see it, but you know if you open your mouth and you do what's right, the money goes away. So you've officially become the WBC Las Vegas hoe. You work in Las Vegas corners for Mr. Pimp, Mauricio Suleiman. That pimp got that feather hat. He riding in the Cadillac. Wait a minute, where my hoe at? There he is. When you go to Punch Drunk Boxing Channel tonight, you better not be talking about the things in the way they should be talked about. You better keep us. I'm just going to take you out of this corner, send you back to where you came from, and put another hoe on it. That, my brother, is what I'm trying to understand. Why have you made that decision to take that position? Why is it that the WBC is telling you to your face, not through an article, to your face in Barbershop Conversation? I believe that's the name of the channel, Barbershop Connection or Conversation, something like that. Which, by the way, shouts out to them. I don't agree with 99.9999999% of the things they say because they own that narrative. But we got to give credit when credit is due, and they are the ones that provided with this interview. So shouts out to the Barbershop Connection or Conversation, whichever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to understand, because here's the deal. If I was Bill Haney and I'm paying you sanctioning fees because I am the WBC champion of the world, my son, I mean, not me, my son. Right? But then you go in public and you say that Teofimo Lopez is undisputed. I'll take that bell and I'll shove it through your window. I'll shove it through your window. Because my son should be the one being called the man of the division. But on top of that, I'm going to be paying you so that once I pay you your commission, you're going to turn around and say that I'm really a watered down champion because Teofimo's still ahead of me. I'm really a watered down champion because even though Teofimo doesn't have the belt my son has, you still consider him undisputed? Is that what you're trying to tell me? And as a father, I'm supposed to sit here and collect your money, keep my mouth shut because you pay me? I ain't going to become no hoe for no fast cars and riches. Especially with my sons involved in the middle. Huh? But see, the thing is, this goes even farther. I never expected somebody to really come out here to the YTBC talking about everybody's ducking me, calling out fighters, while having fights already locked under the table and in secret. In the meantime, they making themselves look good out here, looking like wolves looking for meat. Ain't nobody trying to fight them. Well, they can't fight you because you're already locked on a fight. But see, you're lying in order to remain credible, in order to continue to make money, because you're the WBC. How? They pimping you and you're loving it. They pimping you and you're willing to turn a blind eye to it. They pimping you and you're going out there, gathering, recruiting some slave so that they can carry the narrative for you. Bill. Pinche Bill Haney. Pinche Bill Haney. Why are you always lying? Why are you always lying, Bill Haney? Why are you lying when your son, it's in the middle of it? Why are you lying, Haney? Why can't you look at the camera and say, you know what, Mauricio Suleiman said that? He's a liar. You know what, I'm going to talk to my son because we really should not be paying these people commission. You know what? Me and my son, we're going to have to sit down and we're going to have to get with our lawyers so we can file grievances so that we don't have to pay them commission, because I'll be damned if I pay these people some money. Well, at the same time, they're downgrading me and calling somebody else undisputed like my belt ain't worth a damn thing. G-Funky in the building. Everybody go check my brother out. G-Funky in the building. Major Key Boxing. Go La Hierro. Everybody go check him out too. I'll be damned, Bill Haney, but the thing is, you've taken a comfortable position in the corner of the Vegas Strip where the WBC has you selling they rocks. You are officially they ho. You have prostituted your principles of truth for fast cars and riches. Bill Haney. Dimitar in the building. What's up, brother? Bill Haney. Help me understand. Aki, you are an infidel, and I know you're watching in the back. You are an infidel, and you have no entrance to the kingdom, and you have no right to no 7 virgins. You are a liar. You are a fake Muslim. You're a wolf in sheep clothing. You're a wolf in sheep clothing. Talking about, I want all of you. But open the door so I can come in. My doors are open, though, and you over here watching already. But you're not willing to come in. Because there is no mediator in between us. You're not willing to come in because you can't control who speaks and who doesn't. You're not willing to come in because you know you will face some tough questions. You're not willing to come in because you know I'm going to share some videos that are in my archives. You're just not willing to deal with it, brother. I understand. You got Bill Haney to deal with. You got Bill Haney to answer to. And then you got your puppet master in Thailand, Dante's Boxing Nation. I understand it. I'm gonna do you like Birdman said. Put some respect on my name, homie. Stop saying that I'm ducking you when you're not even allowing me to get to you. It's real easy. It's like me having somebody out there outside of the doors of my house and me telling my wife, yes, see that dude right there, he don't want none of me. And the dude is like banging on the door, but I'm not willing to open the door. And in the meantime, I keep telling my wife and all of the people, members of my household, see that dude right there, he's scared of me. He ain't even trying to get some of me. But in the meantime, I still got them doors locked. I don't understand, Bill Haney. I don't understand how we as a boxing community, as independent medias, as whatever you want to call us, as nobodies, however you want to call us, I don't understand how is it that we are out here trying to open your eyes to see you don't need to pay these people no more. File grievance so you don't have to pay them, or drop the belt. Drop the belt. Not because your son ain't worth it, but because he's not being valued. And we're telling you all this thing, and somehow we're the liars. Not the people that's pimping you and your kid, who, by the way, is an excellent fighter, who, by the way, needs to fight better opposition, who, by the way, I wish both Linares and your son luck on their fight. Let the best man win that night. But we supposed to be the liars? Bill Haney? We're supposed to be the liars. I don't understand it. You had your chance to petition for Lomachenko. The WBC president, your boss, your president told you to your face, no, listen. We weren't going to abuse the mandatory, but you did had a choice to petition him as a voluntary. And you chose Santiago. And you chose Gamboa. And now you choose Linares. Abandoning the obligation of fighting your mandatory in Javier Fortuna. The man that had the $50,000 check ready to roll to make the fight legit. But we're the liars. Punch the liar. Everybody else is the liar. Oh, because we don't carry your narrative, right? We're the liars. We, the people that's trying to tell you to do the right thing for your own kid, your own blood, your own flesh and blood. We're the liars. I don't understand it. But I have heard in the past that the love of money, not money, but the love towards money is the root of all evil. And amongst that all evil is the willingness to cover lies that's affecting your own flesh and blood in order to stay in the same position that allows you to keep receiving that money from the very people that's pimping you and the very people that's watering the value of your son down, Bill Haney. When you go to that garage, don't look at that Rolls Royce. Don't look at your Versace robes. When you go to that garage, think of how great your son can be, and all that stuff is going to come in the combo. When your kid starts creating a legacy for himself, fighting things the way they're supposed to be fighting, the Rolls Royce is going to come. The Versace ropes is going to come. By the way, you need a new barber, and they need to touch that beard a little bit. They really do. They messing up, Bill. The barber, whoever's touching your beard, they messing up, Bill. They messing up. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me, my brother. Trying to make a little light, release a little tension here. I don't understand, Bill Haney. How is it that you are willing to come out here to the YTBC and the very people that's supporting the sport that your son makes a living out of, the very people that's supporting your son when he fights, you're willing to simply look at our faces and lie to us, talking about everybody's ducking you. When in reality, you already had Mr. Linares on the lock, and you knew you couldn't find nobody else. You already had Linares. But you are here talking about we all ducking you. Everybody ducking you. There's no wonder people still not respecting your kid. Another thing you're talking about, when you're an interim, you're a world champ, but then only when your son has it, somehow you don't even acknowledge Ryan Garcia to be a world champ. And he's the interim. But you said that your son, that the interim is a champ. How does that work? How does that work? How do you make sense of that situation? How? Because I sure as hell don't. How? How does that work? This is what you should do, Bill Haney. You should have a meeting with your lawyers. You should have a meeting with your son. You should have a meeting with your boss, your president, your pimp, Mauricio Suleiman. You should ask him the hardcore questions. Who's the undefeated? The undisputed? If it's Teofimo Lopez, then automatically you look at your lawyer, you look at your son, and you tell him, I think we should file some grievances because we're paying this man 3 or 4% of everything we earn. But Teofimo Lopez is the undisputed. But you're not willing to do that. In the same manner that the president of the WBC is willing to go in the public eye and say that Teofimo Lopez is the undisputed, in the same manner that this man is willing to tell you to your face that you had the opportunity, you guys had the opportunity, not to have Lomachenko as a mandatory, but to petition him as a voluntary. Instead, you chose another route. You chose an easier fight in Santiago. Then you chose Gamboa. In the same way he's willing to come out and call you out on your BS, you should have the fortitude to call him out on his BS in defense, not of Ranger, not of Punch, in defense of Devin Haney, your own flesh and blood. In defense of that name, in defense of his legacy, in defense of his money, because you're paying sanctioning fee to a man that's literally hurting your name. But you're not willing to do it. But somehow, in the midst of all that, we, the ones calling for the defense of your son, we are the bad guys. We are the liars. Not you. Not the guy that's watering down the worth of your sons. I don't understand it. In fact, dare I say, nobody in this panel, maybe nobody understands it. And the only conclusion we all gather once we put all this evidence together, we try to narrow it down so we can see a clear path of where you're trying to get us, is you're trying to take us to the light. And once we reach the light, you're like, you see, that light is pointing to that pile of money. That's why I have to keep protecting these lies and these liars, because it is because of them that we have that pile of money. And at the same time, you're coming out here acting different. You tripping. And aquí, oh, I'm going to get you. It's going to be one day, brother. It's going to have to happen. You know, this world ain't even that. This world ain't even that big. What up, Lance Meyer? How you doing, brother? It's going to have to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, let this be an example to you guys of what to believe and what not to believe in the YTBC. Let this be an example to you guys. Instead of going out here and spending time in these live streams of these other people and giving them thumbs up and giving them their cash apps, what you really should be doing is, as soon as you hear some BS, thumbs down, be out. Protect your own hard drive, because whatever comes through those ears goes to your brain. Whatever goes to your brain eventually gets processed one way or another. Eventually it's going to get processed one way or another. Look at this comment. Look at that comment. And tell me if this ain't right. With Comey, Fortuna, Loma, Felix, Tio, Tank, Nakatani, to fight against, he decided to fight Santiago. He decided to fight Gamboa. And now Linares. Which two were great, but way past their prime. And that is the key. Past. All they got is a name, meaning they posed no threat inside the ring for me. Meaning I can continue to carry my undefeated record. Meaning I can continue to carry whatever little show I got. I don't understand it, Bill Haney. I'm trying to get you to help me understand it. Women's boxing, WBA, featherweight. Featherweight title won by Cruz. Oh, okay. Excuse me. I'm telling you guys, it's gonna have to come a time in this YTBC where these things need to get confronted raw. Don't worry about what people's gonna think about you, because it doesn't matter how good you're trying to be. They're gonna still talk. But here's where the key is. I'd rather be hated for speaking truth. I'd rather go to bed knowing that I spoke the truth in front of one person than going to bed knowing that I just had to lie in order to keep y'all's thumb ups, cash apps, super chats, subscriptions. You cannot. I will never allow myself to just come out spewing rhetorics, false narratives in order to keep your chats, in order to keep your subscriptions, in order to remain relevant in the YTBC, because y'all already know the ones that's been following me. I'll pack and leave. I don't care. I was gone for 6 years. Hey, none of that matters to me. I do this because I love it. It's fun for me. It's fun for me. Except now I'm more mature. Before, I was always trying to, if I can find this person, I'm going to, no, whatever. You know, yeah, if I find you, cool, we'll deal with it. But if I don't, cool. If I don't, cool. RawBoxingTV, check out the tweet I put out. Let me know if I took it too far. Let me check it out, brother. Let me check it out. When did you put it out? Because I still don't see it. I do follow a lot of people, though, so it's probably way down in the... I can't find it, man. Let me send a quick shout out to the people. Tank Prime Time, what's going on, brother? Thank you for being here, man. I ain't seen you in a minute. I have not seen you in a minute, but nevertheless, you're here, man. Welcome, 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 welcome. I buy houses. What's up, my brother? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Francisco Gomez. Saludo. What's up, man? How you doing? Welcome. D-Style in the building, man. Everybody go check this brother out, man. Everybody go check G-Funky out, man. This brother's got good channels, too. These brothers ain't willing to sell their souls for fast cars and riches either. They not. I'm not going to be recommending people out here that's willing to modify whatever they got to say in order to make you happy. That's not my goal. If I can make you angry with the truth, get ready and take your anger chill pill, because I'm coming for you. If the truth angers you, get ready, because I'm coming for you. I'm telling you right now. Oh, good evening. You are evil, A-Rod. You are evil, man. You did not take it too far. How much farther could you have taken it? These people have taken it even farther. They've taken it even farther. That's all it is to it. That's all it is to it. I understand. Look, here's one thing I do want to make clear. Because people think that I somehow have something against Aki the person. No. I got something against Aki the narrative. I got something against the lies that somehow we're all ducking him, while at the same time he's not even willing to come out here where it's neutral grounds. I got something against the fact that, matter of fact, let me show you one little receipt here. So just bear with me for a second, because these people try to say that I never gave him a chance, that somehow I'm making stuff up and yada 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 blah blah blah. Let me just give you a little something, because Raw Boxing TV ain't gonna be out here lying to you guys. You guys is my peoples. And if y'all's gonna get angry with me because I'm being honest, so be it. But at least I'm being honest, man.
We got it together. Yeah, a whole lot, man.
Hold on. I'm not gonna share the audio, but I will share the image, because I'm not trying to get it. Give me a second here. Just be patient with a brother. It's coming. Always coming. Let's share a screen. Let's share the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, they have filled their mouth talking about, I've never had him in my channel. At least Aki. I don't know about Dante. Right? They have filled their mouth. The man you're looking to, you're right, by the name of Arab King, aka Mr. Akaka TV, currently known as Aki TV. That man that said that I've never had him in my channel. That man that claims all these things. That's the man you're looking at when he had 150 subscribers. The other man by the name of Dante's Boxing Nation. That man right there had 800 subscribers when I had him in my channel. I never charged him a damn penny, but we were cool because back then we shared something in common. We was going after the truth. We was going after the truth, right? We was willing to speak against racism in boxing only when we had actual evidence. For example, before the fight with Nonito Donaire, between Rigondo and Nonito Donaire, how Filipinos, I'm not going to generalize it, some Filipino fighters was coming to our lives, to our channel, talking about Rigondo being a monkey, and you need to put that monkey in a tree and give him bananas. That to us was clear cases of racism. We would speak on it only when we had evidence. No emotionalism, based on facts only. We were willing to speak against Bob Arum, and we all know, I think we all got evidence that Bob Arum is not a saint. See, these two individuals, I brought them to my channel because they were willing, in the same way that I'm willing, to speak without borders, as long as it's the truth, regardless of how you feel about it. But somehow along the way, money got to them. And I didn't have anything against them until they started talking about me. Until they started saying that I'm ducking their smoke. Huh? This is the same guys that's carrying the narrative of Bill Haney, the very guy that's willing to protect lies, even though it's hurting his sons, in order to continue to make the money. I don't care about your new media. Raw Boxing TV is true media. G Funky, D Style, Punch Drunk, Major Key, Rap Star, UK 47, Black and Brown, true media. We don't take money from the Haneys in order to carry a certain narrative. We just don't. Raw Boxing TV does not charge to have you in his channel. Nor does Raw Boxing TV forces you to carry the same narrative in order to remain cool with you. Matter of fact, you and I can disagree on everything I talk about. And you always have the doors to my channel open. Raw Boxing TV is not going to be calling out Aki or whoever and then block him and continue to call him out, knowing that they can't get to me. See, it's the same technique that Bill Haney's doing. He locks Linares under the table and goes out and calls all these fighters, knowing they can't get to him because he's already locked the fight with Linares. It's the same. Don't y'all see the similarities? It's the exact same thing. And let me lower my voice because my kids are sleeping. Who? Let me see. Who's doing it? Oh, I ain't worried about them. I ain't worried about that. Don't worry about that. Let me see. Terrible Terry. Rap boxing. Are you going to address Johnny Boy saying you do drugs? Who is Johnny Boy? I keep hearing this name, Johnny Boy. Who the hell's Johnny Boy? I don't know no Johnny Boy. Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop the link here real quick. I'm gonna take 4 of you guys for another 20 minutes or so we can continue to chop it up. And somebody please explain to me who this Johnny Boy is. I've been hearing about him for weeks, calling me out. Listen, guys, when you want to call me out, the email is in my description. When you want to call me out, my Twitter is right there. My Instagram is right there. When whoever wants to call me out, it's right there. Speak your minds. What's up, my brother? How you doing? Welcome to the channel. It's right there. I'm not hard to find. Who is this Johnny Boy that claims that I'm doing drugs? I don't know. I'm playing this video because I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see that when they tell you guys, oh, well, you know, he ain't never had us in his channel. I'm playing the video right there. This two guys in my chat. Matter of fact, Aki was such a fan that he sent me a box with hats one day, and I got the paper receipts. So let me know if y'all want to see it. D Jefferson, what's going on, my brother? How you doing, man?
What's up, Rob? What's good with you, dog? Look, let me tell you this. Don't even waste your time. Don't even waste your breath with worrying about who Johnny is, what he say. Look, man, getting trapped up into all of that nonsense, it ain't even worth it, bro. It's not even worth it. Like it's somebody that's screaming out for attention. Like these guys around YouTube that do that, start running off at the mouth about other channels. That's all they want. They need you to respond back. They need you to put videos out. When you ignore them, that's what really get them. That's the dagger in the heart. Just ignore that bullshit. It's not even significant. Correct.
But you know what's crazy though, D? I mean, you're a witness to this. I got an open platform here. You would think that if you have a problem with a guy or whatever the case might be, all you do is look out for his content, right? And then simply just go after the dude.
Click the link, man. That's what I always say. Click the damn link.
You know what I mean? But it ain't happening. So again, guys, before you ask me again if I'm going to go after Johnny Boy, first, I need to know who the Johnny Boy is. And from what I'm gathering in the comment, they keep telling me he's a waste of time. Apparently, he's always drunk.
He is, Raw. He's a waste, man.
Exactly. So I'm not going to even waste my time on people like that. G Funky in the building. Hola, mi hermano. What's up, brother?
Paso loco. What's going on? ACP here, man. Hey, I just want to say this, man. I don't want to stay on too long because, you know, we're beating a dead horse is what we're doing here, man. But I just want to say this. I see that. I just want to say this, man. That video that you were just playing, bro, I was there back then. I was on YouTube back then making videos. A lot of these dudes, I'm going to say probably 95% of Aki and Dante subscribers were not even here back then.
Facts.
They didn't know how these dudes behaved back then, man. I was there. I know. That's why when they started pushing all this nonsense, it's like, whoa, what is all this coming from? And I want to tell a quick story about how much Dante changed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually went at Dante about 7 years ago. Mm-hmm. I made a response video to one of his videos, and it got back to him. He actually responded to me. He didn't make a video, but he sent me an email. And this is how, again, this is how different he was back then. The dude offered me a spot to go on his radio show back then. He wouldn't dare do something like that today because he has pushed so much garbage out there right now that there's no way he'd be able to stand up against anybody that knows anything about boxing, man. It really is sad how bad this dude changed. But you know what? Money will do that, man. I'm glad I'm in a position where I make a great living. I don't gotta push lies to make money. I come on here and talk boxing because I love the sport and I love doing this. I was a subscriber to Raw Boxing back then when he was Akuba.
That's right. Oh, you remember my other channel, don't you?
I was a subscriber.
Hell
then.
yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to speak boxing. That's all I ever wanted to do on here, man. Money, I don't need the money from the subscribers, man. I don't need that. What I want is boxing to be put back where it should be, man. Back in the glory days. These dudes are doing a terrible job at that, man, and they need to be exposed.
Hey, man, and what I'm trying to do here is just basically just present things just clear. Like, look, for example, tonight, I was finding it hard to believe, D, that the channels out here that's actually fighting for this kid, Devin Haney's credibility, the channels that's trying to get them to do the right thing, the channels that's trying to get them to file grievances so they don't have to pay commission to a sanctioning body that's constantly watering down their value. Somehow those channels, we're the liars. Somehow those channels are the problem. And my whole thing is, what's worth more to you? The credibility of your own flesh and blood, your kid, or the money that's being pumped into your bank account by the same pimps that's watering down the worth of your son. That's what I'm finding hard to believe.
They want that bag,
bro.
man.
That's the money is pure corruption at every level, fam. They just want the money. They got some of these guys, these managers and promoters kicking them little kickbacks like $200 and $300 to say certain things. Like, no, it's already been proven, right? Like, and that's just ridiculous, bro. Because basically, you take in hundreds of dollars to fool thousands of people. Just do the math on that.
What a beautiful way of
hundreds
putting
of
it.
dollars to fool thousands of people. Like, come on, bro. Come on, really?
That's true, man. That's true. That's true. See, where I took a big issue is on this, specifically on this. The man got confronted by his own president, the very people he pays commission to, right? And the very president looked at him in the eye and said, no, hold on. We was not willing to abuse the mandatory in Lomachenko. However, you did had an option to petition him as a voluntary, and you didn't. You chose Santiago. You chose Gamboa. And somehow, after all of that, we still the liars, and Bill Haney's still out here talking about Lomachenko ducked him, Teofimo doesn't want to fight him, all this stuff.
You know what's funny, man, is that...
Appreciate you, D-Style. Appreciate you, brother.
You know what's funny, Raw, is that whole Lomachenko, Devin Haney shit. I debunked that shit like months ago.
I remember.
Like months ago, right? Then I put a video up on it. Fucking the Haney Chronicles Part 1. I never even did Part 2 or 3. I already have the information and everything in the cut, Part 2 and 3, right? I never even put those out, but I did the Chronicles Part 1, which further debunked all of it. Like, the facts was there. It was even not Devin, but Bill Haney saying, like, certain things. Like, all of the facts was there. What I can't understand is, how do these fans believe this shit, fam?
They're gullible, man. They're gullible, bro.
I got the same question as you, brother. Like, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much you want to tell me. You can spend 5 years trying to tell me that 2 + 2 = 3.9. But if I'm grabbing sticks and I'm grabbing 2 sticks and 2 sticks and I'm counting them individual and I keep reaching the number 4, there's no way you can convince me that it's 3.9. Somehow these fans, somehow these followers of these channels, man, they got the facts out there. Mauricio Suleiman telling Bill Haney to his face, hold on, ain't nobody ducked you. You had the chance of fighting the man, not as a mandatory, because we were not willing to abuse that status, but you had a chance to petition him as a voluntary, and you didn't. But somehow they still believe this crap. Rap Star, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Yo, what's happening out there?
Hey, man, we're still out here. High, low in the building. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Thank you for being here.
Yeah, man, we're cooking out here early hours in the morning for me. Who we got there? D Jefferson, and who we got?
G Funky, and you, man. What's up? Hey, you seen the interview?
What's up, Rap Star?
Yeah, I mean, look, Raw Boxing. I'm just gonna keep it real, bro. when I came into this YouTube YTBC stuff and I had my own channel, it was in November I started. I've come late to the game, but I used to see what was going on. And I'm a big Devin Haney fan, especially when he joined with the Eddie Hearn and the DAZN. Look, this ain't nothing to do with Devin Haney. Now, there's some stuff that I did, some research. You know, I went and done my own homework. And I'll start coming on my channel and start speaking about certain things. And all of a sudden, I had Bill Haney. And Bill Haney contacted me. And I'm just going to keep it real with you. Now, I understand he's a dad. I get it. We all got kids. We all got to promote. I understand that, right? But with Bill Haney, what it was, I didn't like about him. And this is just me being real. He knows I got kids. He knows other people with media channels got children. So when he's pushing something and he's talking to me like a man and saying, look, Rapstar, this is what happened. This is the way it happened. This is what happened. And he's telling me to say this on my channel. I'm doing my research, Raw Boxing. And I can see I can't be talking this shit to my subscribers in England. I can't be, when I'm checking out what's going on and what Bill's telling me, right? And let me tell this is why me and Bill came into a couple of arguments. And this is why Bill has come out on different channels with me. And he always tries to push my integrity, right? But he has to understand this, that when I do my homework, I got facts. And I said to Bill, Bill, you can't be promoting your son like this. It's going to backfire on you. You know what he says to me? Rapstar, you got wrong facts. I know the truth. You got to listen to me. I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. You got to join the DHP team. We're the money people. I said, listen, I don't roll like that. And after that, me and him clashed. And when we clashed and I called him out, at the end of the day, he always wants to spin those narratives. And the problem I got is I cannot push his son in the way that he wants me to lie about him. The only way I can push his son is with the truth. And he doesn't like that. And that's why he clashes with me, bro. And that's one thing about Bill Haney. He wants you to cap for him. He wants you to lie for him. And I don't know why these channels do it. But at the end of the day, I'm not one of those fan bitches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, correct.
Money changed the game, Rapstar.
Bill Haney got what they call alternative facts. That's what he got, the alternative facts.
Correct.
I'm gonna tell you like this, Rapstar, man. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you like this, Rapstar. Raw Boxing and I, D-Style, we've been around since the beginning of the YouTube shit, man. And once you were able to make a little bit of money on here, talking boxing or talking whatever, it changed the game completely, man. These dudes, really, I mean, I'm telling you, I seen a lot of guys change up. Guys that were there from the start changed up big time, man. That's really all that happened, man, because the community was really, really good at first, man. I mean, everybody got along. Everybody, you can make response videos to people. It didn't get personal. But now, if you attack someone's narrative, they're looking at it like this. You're attacking my money, you know? Yeah. You attacking my livelihood, a lot of these people, you know? And it changed the game, man. That's why I'm so glad I never had to do this shit for money, man. And I never wanted to, you know?
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not even against the fact that you want to go get you some bags. Get your bag. I'm simply saying, watch the way you do it, because once you take that step into that narrative, it's so hard to step back out, brother.
Well, let me just say this from England, watching in. I get a lot of people send me messages. Now, they like Devin Haney, but they don't like the bullshit behind Devin Haney anymore. And I'm going to keep it real. They're making Devin Haney look bad out here. Like, they put a lot of pressure on this kid. This kid doesn't need the extra pressure on him. Already he's in that shangles where he's got the title, so he has to move like a champion. But they got to move him like a prospect. We understand that. Hardcore boxing fans are not going to shame Devin Haney because they know how he got the belt.
Correct.
But it's the way Bill Haney wants to sell it. Oh, my son wants Lomachenko. My son's ready for Lomachenko. My son wants to fight Lomachenko right now. We're sending contracts. But you've already agreed after 12 days that you got another voluntary. You're agreeing that there's a contract in place with somebody else. I mean, at the end of the day, what kind of bullshit are you doing?
Correct.
The Linares fight signed off, but you want to compare Devin. At least you can say, Lomachenko ducked my son. At least you can say that, right? At least you can say that. I mean, come on, Bill. Who the fuck are you trying to make a fool? Not everybody's a dumb fuck here.
You know
what I
what?
mean?
You know what? Rap star, you said something that I've been saying for a long time, brother.
Yeah.
And I even told Bill the day that I was a Punch channel. I told him everything he's doing out here is affecting not him. It's affecting his son. That's why I'm not willing to speak against Devin Haney. That's why I'm not going after Devin Haney. That's why my attack is against Bill Haney. That's why my attack is against the little mules he's hired to smuggle his narratives.
Yeah.
That's the reason my attack is in that direction. You never, if any of you come to my channel, I'm talking to the chat now, expecting Ranger to attack Devin Haney, the fighter, you're wasting your time.
And let me just say this as a father, what I don't like about this Bill Haney bullshit anymore. You got other people who have got kids, just like Bill Haney. And Bill Haney doesn't want his own son slandered, but he tells people to call Teofimo a T-hole, a duck. He calls Teofimo names, as a man, as a father, that he shouldn't be doing. And
Correct.
the way that he speaks about other children and the way that he tells other media channels, the way that he tried with me of how to slander Teofimo Lopez and how he wants you to speak so bad about these kids. Something like that doesn't make sense to me, bro.
Correct. Now,
well, let me tell y'all this real quick.
Go ahead, man.
If you want to hear a little bit of Devin Haney bashing and giving some heat directly to Devin Haney, just come on over and visit me. Because when that kid say stuff like, oh, Tank ain't do nothing special, Augusta Win could knock out Gamboa, right? When he says stuff like that and then he doesn't even knock down Gamboa, oh, I'm going to give him the heat. I'm going to give him directly the heat because he's the one who got up in the front of the cameras and said that, oh, that's nothing special. Augusta Win could knock out Gamboa. Well, dude, you didn't even put him on the canvas. Forget about knocking him out. You didn't even put him on the canvas. This is a guy who was knocked down 16 times before he stepped in the ring with you.
Correct.
Stopped in every fight before he stepped in the ring with you. And you didn't even get him to taste the canvas. But Augusta Win could knock out Gamboa? Nah, I got to give Devin Haney heat for that.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with holding him accountable with what he said.
Correct.
You know?
Correct. That again, once holding somebody accountable with the truth is not having something against that person. If you're holding somebody accountable with the truth, that's not having something against that person. That just simply means you choose to remain in the truth. And if somebody got a problem because you are in truth, be careful, because maybe they are the ones with a problem. Maybe they are the issue in this society. Maybe they are the issue in this community. So I'm not worried about those people.
Well, you know what, Raw? It's from every angle, and trust and believe it comes from every community. Because 3 months ago, my brother, 3 months ago, I was saying all of this about Ryan Garcia. But I was a Ryan Garcia hater 3 months ago.
Of course.
I said, man, the Tank fight ain't going to happen. The Pacquiao fight ain't going to happen. It's clout chasing. It's a duck because he shouldn't be fighting the champion. He going to end up backdooring Devin Haney and fight is mandatory. And y'all going to be talking crazy. Now, here we go. That's how it's going. But 3 months ago when I was saying that, was it the truth or was I hating? It was the truth because look what the fuck is happening right now, fam. It's like, but me, it was like, oh, D, you flip-flopping now. All of a sudden, you hanging over there with Monty Brown too much. Oh, I'm hanging with Monty Brown too much because I'm telling you the truth about Ryan Garcia now. See, y'all liked it when I was talking all of that shit about Tank Davis, right? But now it's Ryan's turn, and y'all don't want to hear that. Now I'm flip-flopping. Now I'm hating on Ryan. But who is he fighting now? Fucking Javier Fortuna.
Correct. No, but
can I ask you this though, Raw Boxing? Like, I've only had a channel
brother.
for about 3-4 months now, and I've only been new to this industry of YouTube. Now, DHP, Devin Haney, seems like a big brand in America. He still is not the number one guy after Teofimo. Why is Bill going around YouTube everywhere? And why is he so possessed into this situation where he could do better for his own brand and his own son? Is YouTube that powerful?
It's because they're not. That's why, man. They're really not.
YouTube.
Nobody really knows them.
Let me tell you the power of YouTube. Rap take you back to 2008 when I first opened my other channel that I closed. When my very first video was Gamboa versus Cordova, and I remember when I did that video, people all of a sudden started showing up to my video and oh damn, because I did a very precise breakdown of the fight, of the things that needed to happen, the fight happening the way I thought it did, and people started flooding in my videos again, talking about when I started getting a little bit of following, and I closed Cuba with a big following. Let me tell you, I closed that channel with a lot. G Funk is a witness of that. I'm not lying here. But I closed that channel with a big following.
Right.
It got to the point where you could go out to the YTBC in all of the videos, and you could see whatever you said on your video. You could see people on other people's video debating the narratives with your own comments. But not only that, fighters started taking notice of what was going on. Fighters started taking notice. All of a sudden, I'm starting to get people on Twitter, like from Guillermo Rigondeaux's team. I had Bernot. If y'all go back to in my archives to the very first video, I had one of Rigondeaux's team members. Rigondeaux sent me a pair of sign gloves, and YouTube's got power, man. It's just what's changed in YouTube now is, since now people can make money, those that have a big following, they're not willing to give credit where credit is due. They do like what Punch was saying. Well, I saw in a video, or somebody sent me a clip of this. No. Back in the days, I used to be like, yo, I see the D Jefferson's Speak Your Mind Sports channel. Now you don't get that. But YouTube's got power, Rap Star. YouTube.
So what you're saying is Bill Haney is part of the YouTube product.
Bill Haney is part of the YouTube product, and you said
what
it
he's pushing. So what he's pushing on those channels, he's part of that product. So he has.
Well, he's paying for it too.
He has to be involved.
Hey, Raw Boxer, let me piggyback off of what you were saying too, right? With this whole social media and the boxing community. Mainstream media like Fox, CBS Sport, NBC Sport, ESPN, they don't cover boxing well.
Nope.
So the only voice concerning media, whether it be social media or mainstream media, is social media for boxing. This is why the voice of YouTube, which is the biggest platform for boxing, I mean, probably be a battle. Facebook got a pretty big platform too, but I think YouTube is probably a bit bigger. And the thing is that this is the voice of boxing right here, fam. Social media, the Twitter, the Instagram posts, the YouTube, the Facebook. This is the voice of boxing, fam. You don't see Stephen A. and Max Kellerman sit up there capping. Max act like he knows everything about the history. I hear him say shit about history, and he be way the fuck off. Stephen A. sit up there all like, Max, we know you know your boxing. And I'm sitting there like, no, he don't. And you don't know boxing either. Skip Bayless and damn Shannon Sharp, they don't know a damn thing about the sport.
Terrible.
And all they do is report on the high profile fights. They don't report on, Kazuda Ioka and Takashi, Inoue or Tacoma Inoue. They don't know Dino Bali. You don't hear them talking about that. You're only going to get that from social media. So we are the voice of boxing. That's the power. We are the voice of boxing.
Correct. Okay. We are the voice of boxing, and guess what? For a very long time in the future to come, you're not going to see mainstream media putting in the amounts of hours that we put into boxing. I mean, I'll give you an example. For example, you see me that I'm extremely busy. So sometimes I can't upload, as much as I would like to. Somehow my live streams, if you go back, look at my live streams, hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours. Right, me, Mister, I can't upload as much as I usually do. I'm still putting more hours than Max Kellerman.
I did a 14-hour live stream on Christmas Day.
See, but you see what I'm saying?
14 hours.
Man, I could never do that.
Now I understand, right? Is why Bill Haney came to protect his product with that Aki Kaka TV. He came to protect his product, what he's pushing.
Somebody got like a TV or something in the back.
Yeah, that was me. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so basically, that's why he came to try and protect his product with Punch.
Yep.
But
that's exactly what he was doing.
Because he's draining himself more. You could see a professional man like Bill. He's getting angry. He's getting emotional. It doesn't look good, man. I'm just saying it don't look good for Devin.
It
That's what I'm
doesn't.
saying.
It doesn't.
Nope.
And I hate the fact. Oh, go ahead, G Funky. I'm so sorry. Go ahead, brother.
It's all good. I just want to say something real quick because I'm getting ready to bounce off, man. It's getting late. The old lady's looking at me.
You gonna hit you with
me too.
homie.
Let me go after G Funky.
I just want to say this. You know what? You make a good point, Rap Star, about how they have to protect the product and how these channels honestly they've had an impact on Haney. Like I remember when I seen that video when he was on as a certain somebody's channel, a big channel, and he said, "I'll never be beat by a white boy." I was like, "Oh man, they got a hold of him. They got a hold of him already." And like that just told me everything I needed to know. And I'm gonna tell you like this before I leave, because I've been on here for so long and I've seen so many people switch up. There's a channel out there that started a big group that starts a lot of narratives out here. And believe me, we got some bombs. HCP got some bombs. We got some receipts. And they're going to be coming out soon. Trust me. If these dudes want to go there, we got the receipts, baby. That's all I'm going to say. HCP, I'm out. D Jefferson, Rap Star, and my brother HCP. Cool out, Raw Boxing, man. Thanks for having me on, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, man, you
later, mate. But look, I'm going to bounce off of what you said. I've got an exclusive video coming as well with Raw Boxing. Keep an eye out, coming out during the next few days.
Ooh.
I'll be looking for it, man. Old school Raw. Look at that. Old school Raw. Look at that.
These are the hats that my fans send me. You know who my fan was, right? G, just tell him before you go.
Hey, you look like Edgar Berlanga.
That's your boy Aki TV right there, man.
In appreciation for giving them some light, and I never asked them anything, man.
Oh man, that's beautiful. I'm out, guys. You guys have a good one, man.
Edgar Berlanga is to me a fighter that is being moved in the correct way.
So can anybody touch the light on the fighter that Edgar Berlanga's fighting? Because what I read is a report is this fighter that Edgar Berlanga's fighting gave him a great fight in the amateurs. Is that correct?
I actually could not tell you that. I don't know this fight.
Do you know anything about the opponent?
I know about Damon Nicholson, and Damon Nicholson will probably take Berlanga out of the first round. I expect him to take him out of the first round, but I also expect Damon Nicholson to be stopped. Right? Here's something that's interesting though. Jesse Hart was saying that he would be willing to fight Edgar Berlanga should he get past Damon Nicholson. What makes that interesting is Jesse Hart also fought Damon Nicholson. He stopped him in the 7th round. However, this was like 3 or 4 years ago. So this guy's a little bit past himself. Here's the thing with Damon Nicholson. He's over a 70% knockout ratio. So the dude has pop. But he's only really been stopped. You can count the Jesse Hart stop. He was stopped early in his career. And that can happen to any of these fighters in these 4 or 6 round fights.
But I also read somewhere, D, that he's the one who gave him a good fight in the amateurs.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Rapstar, one thing about me, man, is that when it comes to the amateurs and sparring and stuff, I don't really put too much into either. Because the amateur, the pro styles really different, and then the sparring wars just don't even get me started. So I heard rumors about that. I heard rumors about that. I heard rumors about that in the amateurs. But again, like to me, amateurs are amateurs. We've seen a lot of amateur standout come and just not be able to cut it in the pros. True. And there's a reason for that. So I can't but like it's cool that he had experience with him in the amateurs, but that's in the past. These guys are bigger, stronger, more aware, more experienced now. So we're gonna have to see what they look like in the pros and all.
But you say that right, D. But I speak to a lot of hardcore boxing fans, and Raw would agree that reason why people give Devin Haney the credit where he is today is because of his amateurs. It's because of what he's done in the amateur circuit.
I think they give him a lot of credit because of Bill Haney and Devin Haney's sparring wars. Those sparring wars. All they do is run around talking about they dropped this guy and spar. Kid Austin just came out and debunked some of that. Yeah, so I mean, like, come on, bro. Like Devin Haney, that's the thing. Look, he gets all of this recognition for amateurs and sparring wars, but who is he fighting in the ring? He ain't fought Linares yet. So all he's fought was Gamboa and Santiago and Abdulayev. Like, so the sparring wars are great. The the amateur stories are great, but dog, that's not translating to the pros. The kid got 24 fights. In 24 fights, you should have some impressive shit. If you all of this, that, and sparring, if you all of this, that, and the amateurs, you should have some impressive shit. Look, Lomachenko was, real quick, bro. Lomachenko was big in the amateurs, right? What did he come to boxing? He did some impressive shit. Haney, if he was so impressive in the amateurs, Tank Davis was impressive in the amateurs. Now, you can say what you want to say about the games that Floyd played, and I would agree with that, but he was still knocking guys out. Stardom. He did some impressive shit. Devin Haney's so impressive in the amateurs. He ain't done shit in the pros. So who cares about what he did in the amateurs? That's my whole thing.
No, I agree with you with what you said there, but a lot of people is the way that they kind of like talk about Devin Haney and where he is today about what he's done in the past.
But you got to understand something, Rapstar. Watch this.
Yeah.
Watch this. If you look at society, if you study society today, right? Society gets a high based on hype, okay? On hype. Most of these fighters don't even got to fight. As long as they have a very good sparring story behind him. Oh, dude, that dude is bad, man. He sparred Ryan Garcia and he embarrassed him. Okay, he sparred him, right? You know why Devin Haney got a little bit of credibility, and this is something that's I got mixed feelings on. It's because of the way his father talks about him out here, right? The problem we're having is that now we're starting to discover that a lot of those things are nothing but lies. But the public ain't got no time to investigate that like the way you and I will. They just listen. They listen to the hype. They follow the hype. They go talk to the homies. Hey, man, there's this kid named Devin Haney that he sparred whoever. Think about this. Perfect example. We got the fight with Camboso and Teofimo announced. Guess what comes out in the narrative channel the very, very same day? Teofimo Lopez gets knocked out in sparring 30 seconds into the sparring by an amateur. Right?
Yeah, Venezuela, yeah.
Bro.
I met that guy, Raw Boxing. I've met him.
It's all about hype, man. Yeah. It's all about hype. Society ain't willing to take the time to investigate things. Society is not willing to put things in perspective and separate what matters from what doesn't matter. Society is just lazy. So whatever you throw at them, they just gonna take it and run with it. A lot of them, a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's why do you think mainstream media is so successful? It's because society is, hey man, look, they remote control cars and we got the remote in our hands. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. And look, bro, you got so many people so many fighters that have been knocked down or knocked out in sparring, but both parties are responsible and they don't talk about it. Like this happens all the time. Like sparring matches happen, guys get knocked down or knocked out. And both parties are responsible. They don't put it out there.
Correct.
Then you get these people that do put it out there, and everybody want to make a big deal of it. Do you understand that there's a lot of guys who've been knocked out or knocked down in the sparring, and they come in the ring and they beat the shit out of the opponent?
Facts.
It's like this though. You can say this like that. You hear the stories. I've heard loads of stories, but you never see the videos. Raw Boxing. You get what I mean? And
correct.
And let me just tell you, who remembers when Errol Spence was coming up? And everybody heard who was in the boxing world that he did knock down Adrian Broner.
Mm-hmm.
But till today, nobody's released that video.
Well, a lot of fighters do have ethics and will not release that. I'll give you the perfect example. Xander Zayas, the rumors are, and I can testify to this and pretty much dare to say this ain't rumors. Like this actually happened. Rumors are that Xander Zayas schooled Adrian Broner in sparring. But when the kid gets asked about it, he's like, what happens in sparring stays in sparring. I ain't going to talk about that, nor do I want any credit based on a sparring section. That's the way it should be, my guy.
There's a lot of gyms. There's a lot of gyms that don't even allow you to have like recording equipment in there, and if they catch you in, they ban you forever. Like you can't even bring it in for sparring. Like it's a lot of gyms that do that. They don't even allow you to bring that shit in for sparring. Yeah, I seen this with Kid Austin. Yeah, bro.
The thing is, for those that have never seen this, sometimes the narrative get caught up to you, even when we're talking about sparring wars. Yeah. We're looking at Kid Austin, who's 3-0, I think, or 4-0 with 4 knockouts, right? This kid right here, before he turned pro, and I'll play the video in a second because I'll play the video in a second. Before he turned pro, he had a sparring section with Devin Haney. He arrives to Vegas. He'd never been in Vegas. He wasn't used to the air. He goes into the gym, not even a warm-up. They tell him, get in there. He gets in there. He handles himself like a man, 18 years of age, not even a pro, fighting the WBC world champion, Devin Haney, right? The father is in an interview where Punch and I is, and he's speaking highly of Devin Haney, right? Well, Bill Haney jumps in the panel talking about your kid got stopped, and we had to call him back in, and this and that. And you can call Curtis Meeks and ask him, and he'll testify that your kid got stopped. So sometimes the lies get caught up. So let's see what happens here. Let's all grab our popcorns for a few minutes.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all this real fast. My son don't talk crap, but yesterday Bill Haney said some things. And my son feel he gotta get some off his chest. So he told me, Dad, put up the camera, let me talk, and let me defend my honor since Bill was talking about him. So go ahead, boy. Tell me what about.
All right, so basically,
what happened in Spawn? No, you don't. Just tell the truth. Tell him what happened. Bill said you got stopped in the first round. Bill said that his son, you was in good work. This is all what Bill said.
Yeah, so basically,
tell what happened in Spawn.
So in Sparring, I just got down there and I wasn't used to the air, And the day after I got down there, I was the first one to go in with Devin. We both, warmed up. So, I basically got first dibs. And, you want me to be brutally honest?
Be brutally honest. He made up some lies.
Yeah, he made up some lies because, I went all 3 rounds. I was tired, but I still kept pushing. But them first 2 rounds, Devin couldn't even hold me. I even buckled him in the second round. I
got you, D. If you got to go, brother, I got you.
And
yeah, right. So let me clear that. He said he buckled him in the second round.
Whole entourage got quiet too.
It's church mouses. Okay, we don't normally tell about our Spawn, but he called us out. So my son wanted to defend his honor. Let me tell you like this. You said, Bill, call Curtis Meeks. So we're going to call him right now on FaceTime because you said, ask Curtis what happened.
He don't even know we called him.
So you can make it. So then you can't say that we making up some bull crap, okay? And I'm going to tell you now, we don't even care about that footage you got. I'll tell you in the end. All right, so let's call Curtis Meeks right now. And I'm going to bring it up closer so he could explain it to y'all.
Watch.
What's up, Kurt?
What's up, Floyd?
What you doing?
Well, I got something to ask you before you and Floyd get in y'all conversation. I'm gonna put your face on this camera because we having a discussion about what Devin said yesterday. Bill said. Bill ended up saying Floyd got stopped by Devin and he got stopped in the first round.
When pushing narratives go wrong.
Like call Curtis Meeks and he'll tell what happened in Spawn. So I want you to be brutally honest. I'm gonna turn it to this camera so they can see this is Curtis Meeks.
Oops.
And so tell what happened in Spawn.
Oops.
Oh no, Kid Austin, we didn't get stopped.
Oops.
Ain't no stoppage.
When pushing narratives goes wrong.
No, he gave Devin some real good work. That was some good work. And Devin ain't stopped him at all. He went 5-minute rounds for the first time. He just come to pro. So he
didn't even have one pro fight at that time.
Look, man, if y'all want to watch the full video, is in my archive. Listen, guys, when pushing false narratives goes wrong, sometimes we get so used to lying, rap star. Sometimes we repeat a lie. Remember that the old saying that says when you repeat a lie enough times, it becomes the truth, right? Bill Haney's so used to repeating the same narrative, he comes out here reckless without taking into consideration that maybe, just maybe, somebody will be willing to call you out on your BS, and maybe he will be willing to provide evidence in the same way that Floyd Senior did. And that's what happened.
Look, it's a catch-22, right? I understand Bill Haney needs to promote his son. I get it. But if you're gonna slander somebody else's kid, and that kid's got his own facts, then you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready for somebody to protect their integrity, right?
Yep.
And this is where I don't think it can work anymore. I think Bill Haney knows it now himself. I don't think you can push lies to promote Devin Haney anymore. I think you can with those channels, but it's gonna wear off. It's gonna get watered down a lot more. People can see it now. Raw boxing.
Correct.
And it's unfortunate that we didn't want to be the channels to be in that position. But if you keep pushing it and then you call us liars, then we're going to protect our integrity. And then unfortunately now it looks really bad. Do you know what I mean? On Devin Haney Promotions. Now, look, if I was Eddie Hearn, can you imagine? Eddie Hearn's a multi-millionaire, right? It does big business for all boxers. If he was watching the way Bill Haney goes on YouTube today and the way that he was getting angry and calling Punch names like motherfucker, you lying motherfucker and shit like that. And, you know, Bill Haney gets out of character. You know what I mean? You can see the anger in him. You can see he's not acting corporate. If that was his joint promotion team, they'd be, I don't know what they'd be thinking about this right now, because this ain't looking good for Devin on my side of the country. Like where we're from,
it ain't looking good for him nowhere.
Huh?
It ain't looking good for him nowhere. That's why I was saying earlier that this man doesn't realize that his actions are affecting his son, not him. He don't care about him. He's still gonna make his money because his money is coming through his son. That's why he feels the freedom to come out here and speak that so recklessly. But he doesn't realize that his recklessness, his lies, his pushing of fake narratives is creating a bad image for his kid, even though his kid is not the one out here pushing all them narratives, even though his kid is not the one out here making sure some channels push narratives for them.
Yeah, because this doesn't look good.
This is where I get just a little too irritated that a father ain't willing to look after the image of his own son.
Yeah, man, it just looks weak. And if you ask me, they should get a proper professional people to promote Devin Haney.
Correct.
They should promote Devin Haney with an honorable way and let him prove it in the ring now. Because you can't sell lies anymore for Devin Haney, bro. Only a dumb fuck is gonna fucking start doing that for the sake of it, because he ain't into boxing. He's pushing narratives.
I've always said, and I told Bill to his face, I don't need your son to give me knockouts.
That's right.
Because I'm a lover of boxing. I'm a lover of the sweet science. I enjoy a knockout artist in the same way that I enjoy a guy that precisely picks somebody apart.
Yeah.
Okay. But we got to take it back a little bit with all the lies, right? So I mean, Rap Star Boxing Knowledge, man. You want to tell people where to find you, man, so we can start hanging the gloves?
Yeah, man. We got Rap Star Boxing Knowledge. And we got UK 47 Boxing. You know, we keep it raw over there. And it's all true media. Sometimes it hurts. But, you know, the truth hurts. It is what it is. And that's how we keep it. And, you know, there's not many of us. But whatever there is, the voices are definitely getting heard. Hey, always, man, respect to you, my brother, from the other side of the pond, for having me, giving us the respect on the other side. I appreciate what you do. And I'll be catching up with you and the chat soon.
Always, man. Always, man. In the meantime, man, I want to thank all of those of you that came over here and supported us. Just don't forget, if you have not hit the thumbs up, please do so. If you want, follow me on my other social media platforms such as Twitter and Instagram. Same thing, RawBoxingTV. I'm also on Twitch, RawBoxingTV. I'm actually live streaming there right now as we speak as well. So if you're on Twitch and you're watching this on Twitch, make sure to follow me and subscribe to me as well. And all we do here is try to keep it real, man. We got no wars against fighter. My war is against fake narratives. My war is against lies. My war is against people trying to downplay you, the consumer. You, the people that are responsible for fighters calling themselves millionaires. You, the people that religiously buy pay-per-views. You, the people that are subscribed to DAZN. That's my fight. That's our fight. I got no beef with peoples. I got beef with people that are destroying with the narratives that they're spreading out, trying to destroy your boxer's credibility. So Raw Boxing TV, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again. Share the link to this video, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Raw Boxing TV, we out.